If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Okay student, welcome you all to lecture 3 of this GATE electrical circuit series. So today I have taken again 5 questions, question number 11 to 15. Okay then, let's solve all these questions. 11, find the value of E and I in the circuit shown in figure. Let me do it here. Because this is 2 ampere, what will be current here? You can see the current is coming here and then current is divided into these two parts. So current division law. So what is the current division law? Current division law is the reverse of voltage resistance. So if this is my 2 ampere, so and this is 4 ohm, 2 ampere and you don't know what, and it is 4 ohm, it is 1 ohm. So the resistance is 4:1 ratio, so current will be 1:4 ratio. Because the smaller the resistance, currents will be more, so it is reverse ratio. If you decrease resistance, current will increase. So if it is 2 ampere, then what should be it? It should be 8 ampere, then it will be 1:4. If it is 1, then 4, if it is 2, then it should be 8. So this current you got 8 ampere. This is 8. Good. This is 8 to 12, so this is 12 ampere. Okay. So once you know this is 12 ampere, then you can find there are lots of ways. You can take KVL, KCL, whatever. You can take equivalent resistance parallel of these two, then this, then you calculate how much current is flowing through this. Then anything can be done. But let me do it in this way. This voltage, and you think always in case of KVL, KCL, I always prefer. Let me do it here. Then I will explain it. Because this is the first one. I think I am taking KCL or KVL. This one is KVL. So there are lots of branches there. Let me don't think about that branch. You just think about this loop. So current is entering here, current is entering here. So in case of resistance, whenever current enters, you put a just plus. Make it a. This is the load convention, and this is the main. This convention you have to follow. So if the current is flowing towards inside the, wherever it is entering, that should be plus in case of resistance. Okay, this is plus plus plus. So this is 2 ampere current flowing and this is 12 ampere. So what will be this voltage? This voltage is equal to sum of these two. If you take a KVL, then this is minus, so you will put that minus first, and this is, whenever I take a KVL, then so I say it like this way. You move in a direction, you take a direction through which you will move. I will move this loop, I will walk along this route, I will move this route. So if I get minus, I will put minus. If I get first plus, then I will put plus. So I am getting minus, so I will put minus. Minus of 6 into this current, I don't know, I. And then I am getting plus, so I will put plus. So it is 12 into what is the ohm? 1 ohm. And then I am getting again plus, then 2 into 4. It is 0. So you can find 6I is equal to 8 plus 12, 20. Sorry, this is 10 ampere. So this is 10 ampere. So 10 into 1. So it is 18. So I is equal to 18 by 6, that is 3 ampere. So once you know this I is equal to 3 ampere. That means now I know this current. This is 3 ampere. So this current is 13 ampere. So now you can answer it. This is 13 ampere. This answer is done. What is the value of I? Now they are asking you V. So again you take KVL here. So it will be minus E is equal to plus minus plus minus. So plus plus. This 2 will be plus. This will be minus. So summation of these two. So minus E plus 13 into 1 plus 3 into 6. You are seeing it? Minus E. I am getting minus. That's why. Then plus, then first again I am walking in this way. So first I got minus, that's why minus. Next I came to here, I got plus, that's why plus. Next I came to here again, I got plus plus. So your E will be equal to 13 plus 18, that is 31. So it is in 12. What is asked? The effective inductance of the circuit across. This one already we have done. I think this is again a repetition. So you can see there are some repetitions also. So concepts, they will always you will always find something similar concept. Questions may change, but if you solve these questions, it becomes easy for you for exam. So So what is the effective inductance here? It will be 4 plus 5 plus 6, you have already seen. And if both the dots are entering, here it is entering, here you can see if I move along this path I am moving and I am coming back through this. So in this inductance current is entering through dot, and in this inductance current is leaving through dot, it is coming out of this dot in this inductor. Here it is entering without dot and leaving dot, but here it is entering through dot and here it is leaving through dot. So those are opposite, so it will be minus 2 into 1. And then if you take this, here it is also leaving, here it is also leaving, so both will be leaving, then it is plus. And if you take these two, here it is entering, here it is leaving, so it will be minus 2 into 3. 7 plus 4, 11 Henry, that is your option C. A sinusoidal voltage source of voltage V and frequency F is connected in series with a circuit having variable resistance R and a fixed capacitance X. The locus of the tip of the circuit phasor I as R is varied from 0 to infinity. Okay. So it is a fixed frequency, F is fixed, that means your fixed reactance is also fixed, X. So reactance they have said, they have not mentioned it is capacitive or inductive. So let us take inductive, we can replicate this one for capacitive also. So what is my I? I is equal to V by Z. What is V? V is equal to this one. And what is Z? Z has an angle and theta. Z has a magnitude and a theta. What is the magnitude of Z? Under root R square plus X square. And then this theta. And what is that theta? Let us take that theta is equal to, if you see what was the theta, you can draw the impedance diagram. This is R, this is X, this was your Z, and this is theta. So what will be theta? Tan inverse X by R. Okay. So my current will have a magnitude of this fashion, R square plus X square. This is the magnitude, and the angle is, because it will go upside down, so it will be minus. So this one you can think, I am considering it is inductive reactance, that's why plus X. So you can give minus also if it is. So this sign, it can be minus also, it can be plus also, depending of whether you are taking positive inductance, reactance or negative reactance. That depends on you, whether you are taking. Now you draw the phasor diagram. Suppose this is my V, this is V axis, V angle 0. What will be the location of I? So for phasor diagrams, no need to calculate exactly the equations of the I. Just take some idea, and from the option you will play. Whether it is looking semicircle, straight line or ellipse, whether it is looking some circle, we will play with this one. So let us vary R. So if R is 0, let us find the magnitude of I. What will be the magnitude of I? This is the magnitude of I, V by R is 0, so X. What is the angle if R is equal to 0? Tan inverse infinity. Tan inverse infinity is 90 degree. So here it will, you can think of minus 90 degree. So here it will be of somewhere here. So this is your I. This is your location of I phasor. This is your I phasor. Tip of the I phasor is here. So they are asking the tip, how the tip varies. So if you take R is equal to infinity, let us take two cases first, then if it is required we will take in between. If it is infinity, then it is 0 magnitude and angle. If it is infinity, R is infinity, then again 0. So 0 angle 0. So 0 angle 0 will be, because it is angle 0, so it should be in this direction, and because it is 0, so no magnitude, so it will be very small as you can think of, because you are approaching infinity, means you are approaching 0, not exactly 0. So very small. So from here it is moving here. So how it is going? Directly or or some curve. So you take some, then R is equal to X also, in between some another point. So you take what is the value of V, what is the value of I. So if it is R is equal to X, then what will be the value here? V by root 2X. And what will be the angle? Minus 45. So something of this fashion. Somewhere this tip, this angle is 45, so somewhere this will be 90 degree. So this is the tip. So now you can follow, now you can think. So my current, okay, this was R equal to 0, when I increase my R, the current reached like this. So this is the locus, you can see the locus. At R equal to 0, the current tip of I was here, I at an angle of 90. At R equal to infinity, it was 0, 0, so tip of I was here. At R is equal to X, the tip of I is here. So my I phasor is moving in this path. So how you can think? Now you can think, is it a straight line? No. Is it an ellipse? No. Ellipse look like this. Is it a circle? No. So it is a semicircle. Yes, it is giving some shape of semicircle. So obviously your answer is A. And you can also see the diameter of V by X. You can see what was the case for 90 degree. It was magnitude of V by X. So this length is V by X. So this is the diameter. So this is my semicircle with this diameter. What is the diameter? V by X. You can see here. Okay, if this is done. So for in case of phasor, no need to draw the exact equation. I need to know, need not to find in something external. You draw it just with some fixed value. With change, they have asked you to find the phasor of R when R is varied from 0 to infinity. So you vary R. 2-3 values, common values, which you can calculate. 0 you can calculate, infinity you can think, R equal to X you can think. So let's take some of these values. You can take R is equal to root 3 R, X is equal to root 3 R, or R is equal to root 3, because in this case you will get the angle also. Because tan inverse root 3 will give you 60, tan inverse 1 by root 3 will give you 30. You can draw 2-3 phasors also more. These, then you will see that it is moving clearly like this. If you draw more phasor, then you will, 60 degree phasor will be this. So you will get more phasors. So this was for 45, this is for 60, this is for 30. So you can feel it is moving in this way. So no need, 2, 3 is okay. Then you check with options which one is satisfying. Between B and Y. So between B and Y, you have a point R also. So you have a B, you have a. So whenever you get this type of typical circuit, you draw it one more time with simplification. Now you have a B, you have a Y. So you draw one by one. First this capacitor, let me draw. This capacitor is connected directly between B and Y. B and Y. And this is CC. Is there any other capacitance which is directly connected to Y from B to Y? No, because this capacitor is connected via R. This capacitance is also connected via R. This is also connected via R, because once this is R, then this entire thing becomes R, because nothing is there. All are short circuited. This is just you twisted all the wire together, then also it will give you some. So all are R. This is also R. This is also R. Everywhere this is R. Nothing is there, so you can think of the whole thing is a node. This complete thing is a junction of wires. Just for simplification, they are taking that wire, they are dressing that wire to look beautiful. In home we do wiring to look it beautiful. So that's why they are taking it straight and then coming in them so that it will look. They can directly join it by like this wire, this type of wire. So all these are same. Okay. So let me do the next one. So we need a point R in between these two. So you can see now this is my R. Okay. So one R is connected, one CC is connected between these two, between B and R. So let me connect that CC. Then this between Y and R. So one more between Y and R. Then this CS between B and R. Okay. One more between B and R. Then this CS Y and R. One more between Y and R. So all are. So you can now see these two are in parallel. So parallel means simple addition. CC plus CS. This is also CC. So these two branch, again this branch and this branch is in series. So series means in capacitor it will be half. Series means capacitor will look like parallel, normal resistance parallel. So in case of parallel it will be addition, in case of series it will be parallel. So two similar thing parallel is half. So capacitor, if they are series, that will be half. That is again in parallel with CC. So parallel means yes sum. So this is the answer. So if you take 2 CC, then it is 3 CC plus CS. I think option C. The RMS value of the half wave rectified symmetrical square wave current. The RMS value of half wave rectified symmetrical square. Square, you know, this is the shape of square. This square wave. So it is rectified half wave. Half wave means you will get only positive half. So it is something of this fashion. So they are asking you the RMS value of this. Current 2 ampere. So this current is 2 ampere. Magnitude is 2 ampere. Height. Okay. Because for normally what if I say 2 ampere means it is RMS value. Normally if I say my room voltage is 230 volt, that is what I am getting in my room now, 230 volt. So 230 volt RMS. So here 2 ampere is also RMS, but in case of square, RMS equal to peak value. So peak value and RMS value are same in case of square wave. If it is a square, it is not square, that's why it will not same, you have to calculate. But if it is a square, then your peak value and your RMS value, IRMS and I peak, will be same for square wave. So that's why it is 2. So that's why you can directly write the peak value 2. So this is your half of time period, because this is your complete time period. One half is coming, next half is not coming. So what is the value of meaning of root mean square? You go by the name. Root, first one is R means root, so I will give root. Next one is mean. Mean means you have to take average. Average means you have to sum and then divide. So I am dividing it. So I have to sum all this, then divide. So divide, and that sum I am doing using integration. dt. So you can think now. This is the sum. This is divide. How you will take average? Average means you add all the marks of the student, divide by number of student, will give you average. So sum of all student divided by number of students. So this is average. This is root. So ho gaya, it is root, it is mean, then next is square. You have to square it. So what is the, whatever the function, you have to take square of this one. So let me put it here. So it is 1 by t, okay. 0 to t is not, or it is not required, because half portion is 0. So this integration will be 0. So you have to go 0 to t by 2. If I go, then it is okay. What is my function? Function is a fixed value. What is the value of function here? This is y is equal to 2. This is the value of function. Whatever input you give, output is always 2. So fx is here. What is the value of fx is 2. Whatever input you give, whatever x you give, your output is always 2. So this is fx. So your fx is fixed at 2. So it is 2 square, that is 4. So I think you can do it now. 1 by t, and then 4t it will come. T will be coming t by 2. So 2 get cancelled. So it is root 2. That is your option A. If you like the video, then press the like button and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.